I'm attempting to complete every single Gamecube game, and I'm using a random number generator to pick the next game. Last episode, we were everyone's favorite space bounty hunter in Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, and in this episode, we're going to foot race in Rayman Arena. Rayman Arena was released on September 24th, 2002, and was developed and published by Ubisoft. I had a lot of technical issues with this game, but what I played of it was pretty fun. Before we get started, make sure to like this video because it really helps out the channel, and subscribe if you're new so you don't miss any of the future games. Without further ado, this is my experience with Rayman Arena. In Rayman Arena, we're going to go through the single player mode to consider this one complete. I want to point out that in this episode, I couldn't get all the battle game types to work, so I wasn't able to complete them. I did finish all the races, so that's what I'm going to consider complete. If anyone wants me to try to get it to work, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you. Anyways, the first thing I tried out was the race mode. We get to pick out our characters. There are a total of 9 characters in this game. I played as Rayman for most of the game, but the other characters you start with are Globlox, Teensy, Henchman, and Razorbeard. Before the beginning of each cup that we race in, there's a cutscene that's shot like a news report. It follows J.M. Murphy as he goes around the locker room and then he eventually gets threatened. I like these because it's something cool to add in since there isn't much of a story in this game. There are 2 different race modes in this game. The first is just a normal 3-lap race and you just must be in first place at the end of the race. This mode is weird because you only race one other person. I figured this game would have been a 4-person race at the very least. Each race course has a name, and I'll try my best to give you the name of each course as we do it. Racing works like any other racer, other than you don't have any items you pick up along the way. You can shoot at the other racer and hit buttons to change the direction of the course, but besides that, it's taking the right paths and not running into things that slow you down. The first course is called First Runes, and is based on the spooky levels from Rayman 2, I guess. I haven't really played Rayman games, just what I found while editing the video. In each race, there are speed boosters on the ground that allow you to increase your speed if you hit them back to back on the ground. We finished this race in first place and won with no problems. The next race is called Nebulous Tower, and it's the same environment, but in the middle of the race you have to climb this tower to the top using these bounce circles. I think they might be called bumpers or something, that are on the ground that will shoot you up into the air. We can also grab onto netting and climb up to the next area of the racetrack as well. This adds a more in-depth racing mechanic. We finished this race in first place with no issues again. This is the first cup, so I don't expect much else, to be honest. The next race is called Dark Sewer and has this side-scrolling section of the race that is pretty cool because there are different ways you could take to get to the end of this section. I respect that they wanted to add different things to keep the game fresh. We can even ride water slides in this race. We won this race with no issues at all. At the end of each cup, we get this little cutscene of us on top of a podium, and then at the top, it will tell us what we unlocked from completing the mode. This time we unlocked a new character, Dark Globlox. Globok? I don't know how you say his name. It's not very original, but I guess it's cool. We'll come back to racing, but I wanted to show battle mode, at least what I can of it without the game not loading anymore. We get a different cutscene for this mode from J.M. Murphy. Is he looking at something naughty? In this mode of battle, all we have to do is hit the other person. Each time we hit them, we get a point. At the end of the timer, the person with the most points wins the battle. It's pretty simple. We won this battle in dominant fashion, 32-16. He never stood a chance. I wanted to show everyone what the game was doing. It would get to this loading screen and nothing else would happen. It would just sit here until I forced the game to turn off. I don't know why it was doing this, but I couldn't get any further in the battle modes. The other battle mode is like freeze tag. You can shoot the opponent and freeze them in place for a few seconds, but the objective is to collect looms scattered around the arena. The person with the most collected at the end of the time is the winner. So of course, we collected a ton of them and won with no problem. Then the game froze again. Sorry, I really wanted to play more of these. Moving back to the racing now, the next cup is called the Advanced League. And the first course we race on is called Dawn Sand, and is based on the beach levels of Rayman 2. I discovered that we could also lasso these pink rings around the level, and will allow you to get to higher areas in the race courses. Sometimes it hurts you, and sometimes you can get a really big lead on the other racer. Not much else to talk about in this race, so we finished the race in first place. The next race is called Water Canyon, and this race has a bunch of climbing that happens in this one. We finished this race in first place as well. This game is pretty easy until the final cup. Sorry if it seems like I'm kind of rushing through everything, but there's not really all that much to talk about. The last race of this cup is called 1000 Waterfalls, and is another race on the beach. Nothing new really happens here besides that I destroy Globlocks by 26 seconds. We get our podium cutscene, and this time we unlock the strawberry skin for Globlocks, so we can use it. Nothing too special in this one. The next cup is called the Expert League, and the first race is called Forest Jump. These races are based on the ship levels from Rayman 2, such as the prison ship. This race introduces barrels falling on us that will slow us down and stun us, so we move slow for it's a certain amount of time. I don't know what it actually is. We win this race without many issues. It was way closer than the other races so far. The next race is called Zenith Harbor, and has a part where there are barrels rolling down a hill at us, and we have to jump to avoid them. The grass causes us to slow down a bit, so we have to just time our jumps during this part. Look how close this race was. We could have lost, but because I hit that speed boost, we stunned Dark Globlocks, and was able to just win the race. The last race in this cup is called Treasure Ship, and most of the race takes place inside of an old ship. It's a pretty cool setting. This is another close victory, and we won by not even a full second. These are getting much more difficult. We get our podium cutscene after this, and just get another skin for a character. I don't like these minor prizes. I want more characters. On to the final cup of the game. This, which is called Extreme League, and the first race is called Pipe Maze. It's not really based off of any levels from Rayman 2, but is very similar to Lynn's Palace. This race has another side-scrolling section in the first race. I always really like these. We also lost on our first try at this race. This is the first time I lost in the game. It was a pretty sad moment. I'm so sad. The next try, we were able to win the race without any issues. I don't know what happened the first try at it. The second race is called Lava Factory and has a bunch of lava around the track. I don't know why they chose to race here. Either way, we rode the water slide to victory. The last race of this cup is called Electric Final and has these lines of electricity that will cause you to slow down if you hit them. We won this race, but again was super close, even closer than the last photo finish. We get another podium cutscene after finishing this race and unlock a new skin, a new bonus map, and access to the Pro League for normal racing. The other type of racing is called Time Attack and is a bit different. In this race mode, we have to hit a checkpoint and our opponent can't hit the same checkpoint within 5 seconds, so this requires you to get a good lead on the other person. The courses are all the same here, so I won't mention the names, just show each point of winning the race. The first race of the Beginner League we won after the first lap. This second level we won while climbing a tower on the first lap, and the last one we won on the first lap as well. We get our podium cutscene and unlock a new character. Her name's Tilly. On to the next cup. On the beach we won in the first lap of the race. The second race we won before completing a lap, and the last one we ran into a box before completing a lap. These are always super easy. We get the podium cutscene and just unlock a new skin for a character. Before continuing the time attack, I wanted to show the bonus map we unlocked called Speed Stress. Basically, this is a straight track that gives you a specific amount of time to get to each checkpoint to make it to the end of the track. The track is futuristic, it takes place in like another dimension or something. I'm not really sure. These are actually pretty difficult and took me a handful of tries to beat. The sad part of this is that it doesn't unlock anything new. It's pretty pointless. You do these for no reason, just for the sake of doing them, I guess. Back to the time attack. In the Expert League, we start by winning on the second lap while running through barrels. It takes us 7 whole laps to win the next race, but eventually we got it while climbing up a net rope. Then on the last race of the cup, we win at the beginning of the second lap. We get another podium cutscene and unlock another new skin. The last time attack cup is the Extreme League. We finish the first race on the second lap, and then the next race we finish on the first lap of the race. I don't know how this is supposed to be the hardest cup to complete. Then in the last race we win on the fourth lap while running over some speed boosts on the ground. We get our final podium cutscene for this playthrough and unlock another new skin for a character, a new bonus map, and the pro version of Time Attack. I did try out the Pro League for the regular racing, and all it did was add another racer. This didn't make the game any more difficult, just had another person on the track to beat. I was pretty much over the game at this point. Going through the same courses over and over again was pretty boring, and I was ready for something new. I wish the battles would have worked. Anyways, I wanted to show the next bonus map, which was pretty much the same as the first, but called Extreme Slide. This had you doing the same straight track, but you needed to use the water slides to make it to each checkpoint, or it wasn't fast enough. This took me a handful of tries as well, but I eventually got it done. Still no reward for winning this either. Why even add these in the game? That was Rayman Arena. I think the game was fun for a bit, but after a while it does get boring during the same courses. So I don't think I would recommend this one. If you want to know what's next, stick around, but if not, make sure you subscribe, like, and share the video, and we'll see you in the next episode. But yeah, so we got 554 left. We got our GameCube list up, and on the count of 3, we are going to figure out what the next game is. So in 3, 2, oh my god, I'm so bad at this. So in 3, 2, 1, let's find out. 549. All the way at the bottom. Yu-Gi-Oh! False Battle Kingdom! Yes! Yes! We got one that I actually like. This is great. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it.